Bismillahi walhamdulillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allahu Rabbu Muhammadin salla alayhi wa sallama. Nahnu ibadu Muhammadin salla alayhi wa sallama. उस गली का गदा हूँ मैं जिसमें मांगते ताजदार फिरते हैं, जो तेरे दर से यार फिरते हैं, दर बदर यूं ख्वार फिरते हैं। उन्हें जाना उन्हें माना, ना रखा गैर से काम, लिल्लाहिल हम्द में दुनिया से मुसलमान गया। आज ले उनकी पनाह, आज मदद मांग उनसे, फिर ना मानेंगे क़यामत में अगर मान गया। चमक तुझसे पाते हैं सब पाने वाले, मेरा दिल भी चमका दे चमकाने वाले। और फ़त्ह बाबे नबूवत पे बेहद दुरूद, ख़त्म दौरे रिसालत पे लाखों सलाम। Honorable and respectable Sami'een, listeners, brothers and sisters, to each and every one of you, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hamari khushkismati that this moment in time we are participating in the 5th annual Urs of Amirul Mujahideen Fanafi Khatamin Nabiyyin, Mujaddid Dauran Hazrat Allama Khadim Hussein Rizvi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh, on X, and this program also Khususi Isal Thawab for the Shuhada of Palestine and the Shuhada of Murid Ke. I am extremely grateful to the Banyan, the Mezban of this particular gathering. क्यों मेरी फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश है, सो ज़्यादातर मैं इंग्लिश विच ही गुफ्तगू करसा, दिस विल बी ईजियर फॉर मी. सैयदी Allama Khadim Hussein Rizvi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh was born in the year 1966 and was blessed and fortunate to have memorized the Quran at a very young age. Later, they became a great scholar of the Deen, studied the traditional Dars-e Nizami, khas taur in Jamia Nizamiya in Lahore, where they would later go on to teach as well. And in addition to becoming the great Islamic scholar, he was a powerful orator and later a political leader, an individual known for his mesmerizing speeches and his command over classical Urdu and Punjabi rhetoric, and without doubt an individual who was unwavering in his defense of the honor of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam, muhafiz of Aqidah Khatm Nabuwat and Namus Risalat sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam. In 2006, Amirul Mujahideen Nawwarallahu Marqadahu, they suffered an accident in a road collision, and they were paralyzed from the waist down. And in turn, from 2006 up until their Visal in 2020, they were in a wheelchair for the rest of their life. But Zamana, of course, knows them and refers to them as wheelchair ke Baba. And he is somebody who, despite his physical limitations, became symbolic of a person who, despite hardship, remained steadfast. He gained a lot of prominence 5, 6, 7 years or so before the Visal. Khastor in terms of the kirdar and the istiqamat in the Ghazi Mumtaz Qadri Shaheed Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayhi stance and situation. And he had a very strict stance when it came to the blasphemy laws in Mulk Pakistan. In 2015, they started the Tarikh Labbaik Pakistan, the TLP movement, and Bil Khusus in 2017, they had the Faizabad sit down, watershed moment, a watershed moment in Pakistan's recent political history. His uh, Talaba, Murideen, Mutawassilin, Muhibbin, his supporters no doubt admire his courage, uncompromising stance, and the command of language, and an individual who enlightened the hearts of millions, not just in Pakistan, but around the world. They, of course, left this dunya on the 19th of November 2020, 5 years ago. Albatta today, 21st of November, was the date that the yani not only in Mulk Pakistan, but around the Muslim world, one of the greatest janazas was witnessed, where millions attended under Minare Pakistan in Lahore and participated in his Salatul Janaza. A couple of lessons that we can learn from the life of Amirul Mujahideen Fanafi Khatamin Nabiyyin Allama Khadim Hussain Rizvi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh. Number one is his unwavering commitment to belief that Huzur Babaji Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh, his life illustrates the power of firm conviction. He stood for what he believed in consistently and publicly, despite his physical disability, his job loss, political pressure, and legal challenges. He no doubt taught us that we have to have an unwavering commitment to belief. And this is something that we learned from his blessed life. Further to this, the second lesson that we learn from his blessed life is the power of words. Huzur Babaji Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh demonstrated that speech is one of the strongest and most powerful tools of a human being. So his command in terms of his oratory skills and his command of Iqbaliyat and Kalame Ala Hazrat Imam Ahl Sunnat, Mujaddid Deen wa Millat, Parwana Ishq or Risalat, Imam Ahmad Riza Khan alayhi Rahmat or Ridwan. And through these poetry references, his ability to move the masses with language, this valvala that they would create in the hearts of the masses through communication and public emotion and national discourse. No doubt, words can mobilize, inspire, and influence even more than physical power or position. This is why when Huzur Babaji Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayhi would speak, not only would the awam take note and listen, but the khawas as well. The khawas, they would also take note and listen as well. This is the second lesson that we learn from the life of Amirul Mujahideen, Huzur Babaji Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh. And I end upon this. The third lesson that we learn from his blessed life is his perseverance in the face of hardship. Becoming permanently disabled could have ended his public life, but instead he continued preaching, teaching. He traveled extensively around Mulk Pakistan. He led protests, often in harsh weather conditions, and he became a national figure post disability. Therefore, we understand hardships can become a turning point if one persists with purpose and determination. So these are three lessons that we learn from the life of Amirul Mujahideen, Huzur Babaji Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh. I conclude upon this that he was an individual of strong religious conviction. charismatic public influence, remarkable personal perseverance, and without doubt had a major impact upon Pakistan's religious and political landscape. Since the Visal, we've seen that Tariq Labbaik Pakistan has gone through a number of adversities and difficulties, most recently in Muridke, in Lahore, where on the 13th of October 2025, a black day in the history of Mulke Pakistan, hundreds, if not thousands, of innocent Pakistanis lost their lives simply for standing in solidarity with those in Palestine. We make dua for the shuhada of Murid ke, that Allah Ta'ala raise their darajat in the akhirah, grant them the highest maqam Jannah. Or isi tarike se, the shuhada of Gaza, those in Palestine who have innocently lost their lives in this genocide, ethnic cleansing, and Holocaust that the world has witnessed since the 7th of October 2023. Allah Ta'ala grant the Arkan Shura of Tariq Labbaik Pakistan और बिलखुसूस कायदे मोहतरम हज़रत अल्लामा हाफिज सअद रिजवी हाफिज़हुल्लाह ताला and the brother Asghar Hazrat Allama Hafiz Anas Rizvi Hafizahullah Ta'ala safeness and protection and remove all of their difficulties and hardships. Allah Ta'ala allow us to continue upholding the life and legacy and acting upon the lessons that we learn from the life of Amirul Mujahideen, Fanafi Khatamin Nabiyyin, Mujaddid Doran, Wali Kamil, Ashik Sadiq, Hazrat Allama Khadim Hussain Rizvi, Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh. Barakallah fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.